In this video, I'll show you how to schedule meetings with your LinkedIn leads automatically. So assume that I'm running some ad on LinkedIn for which I have created a LinkedIn lead generation form. Now, whenever any new lead is arrived via that form submission, I'm going to automatically schedule a meeting with that lead into my Google Meet software so that I don't need to manually schedule the meetings for every incoming lead. So if you also want to automate this meeting scheduling process for every new incoming LinkedIn leads, then come with me and I will show you the whole process step by step. Alright, so this is my LinkedIn account, and in order to automate this process, I'll have to integrate LinkedIn and Google Meet, and I'm going to integrate these two with Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software, and I'm an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so here you can see I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Once you will reach to the dashboard, click on this blue button that is create workflow and provide any random name to your workflow to your automation. Okay, so I have provided the name as when new lead is arrived, schedule meeting in Google Meet. Okay, now click on create, and then you will find 2 boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are trigger and action. So trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. Whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. According to our use case, whenever any new lead is arrived into LinkedIn lead generation forms, then automatically schedule a meeting into this Google Meet application. Okay, so this is how you need to select the applications, okay, as I have told you, in which you are building an automation. Now firstly, I'm going to connect this LinkedIn lead generation form with the Pabbly Connect, and then I'm going to connect Pabbly Connect with the Google Meet. Okay, for that, firstly select any trigger event. Okay, so I have a single trigger event only here. You can read the instructions. Triggers when you receive a new form response. Okay, so I want that whenever any new form response is received into LinkedIn, this automation should trigger or the data should be captured via Pabbly Connect. Alright, simply click on this connect with the LinkedIn lead generation form and provide the access of your LinkedIn account. Okay, well, I have already built this connection earlier, so I'll go with the existing connection only. Okay, so if you will connect this LinkedIn form in the first time, then you can also further use the existing connection also. Okay, now here you can see it is asking me to select an account and to select a lead form. Okay, so currently in this LinkedIn account, I'm actually working in this Naveen Kole account, so I'm going to select the same, asking to select the lead form. Okay, so whatever the forms, the lead forms I have created into my account have started visible here. Let me show you. These are the LinkedIn lead generation form which I have created. Okay, and this time I will go with this automatic meeting scheduling form. Okay, so come back here and let me search for the same, that is automatic meeting schedule form. Okay, now when I'll click on this button save and send test request, you will see it will show you a blank response. Now why it is showing you the blank response? Because currently there is no existing lead available into this form. Okay, so I'm going to generate a new lead in front of you. Basically, I'm going to do a dummy submission by filling out this LinkedIn lead generation form, and then you will see how those dummy details will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Okay, so this is my LinkedIn account, and firstly I'll show you that which particular advertisement I am actually running. Okay, you'll have to assume that I'm actually running an ad, but this is just a testing account. These are just the testing advertisement, testing lead generation form. Okay, so assume that I'm an astrologer and I'm running an ad on LinkedIn for this astrology business, and whoever wants to consult with me, they can actually book an appointment. Basically, they can fill this LinkedIn lead generation form, and then they can reach out to me, and then they can have a consultation with me for free. Okay, so I'll show you the advertisement which I have created. Alright, so need guidance for your life problems, talk to the best astrologers, and here you can see talk with the astrologer online, first session is free. Okay, and when your user will click on this button, a LinkedIn lead generation form will be open up. Okay, so I am going to provide some dummy details. Okay, basically the email address, address, the first name and the last name. Okay, so how about I go with this demo@pabblytudes.com. This is just a random email address, and currently in this particular form I am only collecting the email address, name and last name. I am not collecting any further details. Okay, well, it is completely up to you that which particular details you would like to collect. You can customize this particular form as per your choice. Well, you must be thinking that in this first name and the last name, why it is showing as Pabbly and the subscription billing management service. Well, these are the default values which LinkedIn is actually taking from the page which I have associated with my LinkedIn leads ads. Okay, so let me show you. This is my page. Okay, if I will view my profile and if I will edit this profile, you will see that the name and the last name, basically the first name and last name, are actually defined as this Pabbly and the subscription billing management service. Okay, so that is why my LinkedIn ads are taking these two values as default. Okay, if I will change these values, okay, that is dummy user, okay, it will start taking these existing values, and currently I'm just into the testing mode, so I'll go with these details only. But I have told you this so that you can understand why I am going with these details. Okay, so I'm going to open my LinkedIn lead generation form once again. Alright, so this is my account. Let me open that LinkedIn lead ad form once again. Alright, so this is my advertisement, which is really looking good. Okay, assume that some astrologer is running this ad. Click on register, and then I will provide the details again, that is demo@pabblytudes.com, and the first name and last name will be the same. Okay, now let us first go to this Pabbly Connect dashboard. Okay, let me close this particular landing page. Alright, and now I'll click on this button, save and send test request button once again, and still it is showing the bank response. But once I will submit this form, and after the submission, when I'll click on this button, once again you will see the details will be captured via Pabbly Connect, because now this form actually consists of some data. Okay, so let me show you the details one by one. So here you can see this is the same form name, that is automatic meeting scheduling form. If I'll show you other details, we have the landing page of that particular form also. Okay, so this is the same email address which I have provided at the time of form submission, that is demo@pabblytudes.com, and here we have the first name as Pabbly and the last name as subscription billing management service. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between LinkedIn lead generation form and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Now I am going to schedule a meeting with this particular person. Okay, so what is the email address of this particular person? That is demo@pabblytudes.com, and that is why I will be connecting Google Meet with the Pabbly Connect, just like I have built a connection in LinkedIn lead generation form with the Pabbly Connect. Simply click on connect, click on add a new connection, and then you will have to sign in with the Google. Basically you'll have to provide the access of your Google Meet account. Again, I'll go with the existing connections because I have already provided my credentials into the previous section. Okay, into my previous automation. Okay, now here you can see my Google Meet application is connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now whatever the calendars are available inside my account have started visible here. Now you must be thinking that why it is showing the Google Calendar, because in this Google Calendar only we are going to schedule a meeting on a specific date and time. Okay, so here you can see I am going to schedule the meetings into this astrologer's calendar. Okay, so come back and let me search for the same, and here we have the astrologer's calendar asking for the summary, description, start date and end date. Okay, so here I will write something like online meeting is scheduled with client. Okay, the spelling is not correct, it should be ENT, client. Okay, and in the description also a 30-minute session with a client. Okay, IENT, a 30-minute session with a client. Okay, and further it is asking for this what will be the start date of this meeting and start timing of this meeting and the end date and time of the meeting. Okay, well, let us first check that whether we have received any start date and timing into this particular response, which I can send over that specific field. Okay, so let me show you whether we have any data or not. Okay, so we have this, we have this form response submitted at, basically this is the timing of the form submission but it is into the timestamp milliseconds format. It is not into the human readable format, okay? But we have this time, okay? Other than that, whether we have any other time, let us check. Alright, so in this response, I do not have any timing other than this form submission, okay? So I want that after the 15 minutes of the form submission, the meeting should be scheduled automatically, and that meeting link should be shared automatically with my client who is submitting this particular form, okay? So how I am going to do that? Well, before this Google Meet step, you'll have to add one more action step, and this action step is about date and time formatter feature. Well, it is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect via which you can do amazing things with your dates, okay? In the action event, I'll go with this format date with the time zone. Well, firstly, I'm going to change the format of this particular date and time because this is not a human readable format. Even I also don't know what is this time, okay? So how about I first go with this format date and time zone, date with the time zone, and then I'm going to change the format of this particular time. Now it is asking that enter date to be formatted, okay? So I want to change the format of which particular date and time which I have received into the previous step, okay? Well, I don't need to manually copy this date and paste it here. I'm going to map it, and mapping it is very simple inside Pabbly Connect. If you'll click on this particular field, you will find the above data here in the drop down. This is how you can map that data, okay? So my date is mapped, and what is the importance of mapping? So whatever the details you are going to map here will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Now it is asking for the from date and the to date, okay? So we have the from time zone as the milliseconds, that is timestamp in millisecond, okay? So I have selected the same, and in the to format, I'm going to select the T and Z format. Now why I am taking this T and Z format, let me show you. Into my Google Meet application only, it has specifically mentioned that the time should be in this YYYYMMDD THHMMSSZ, basically into this T and Z format, and the time zone, the format also should be into the UTC format only, okay? And in the start date as well as in the end date also, it needs the UTC and this T and Z format. So that is why I'm taking this T and Z format into this to format, okay? So we have selected this from format into the milliseconds, and to do the to format, I have selected this T and Z, and again into this from format and to format, I'll go with the UTC only, okay? So I have selected UTC here, and in this case also I'll go with the UTC only. Let me search for the same. Alright, so I have selected the same. Now I'll click on this button save and send test request, and you will see I'll get a UTC timing, okay? So if I'll show you the exact timing of this timestamp in millisecond, okay? So let me first copy this and open some converter, okay? Calculate time in milliseconds, okay? Let me show you the exact timing of this form submission. Alright, so if I will paste the same value here, you will get the UTC timing as well as the local time, okay? So the local time at the time basically which I have made this submission was actually 1640, but since Google Meet is asking for the UTC timing, so that is why I have selected the time zone as the UTC, and that is why it is giving me this 11:10 timing instead of the 1640 timing, okay? So if I'll come back, and here you will see the same timing, that is UTC format instead of this local timing, okay? So here we have this 11:10 timing. Now I'm going to add 15 minutes extra into this existing timing, into this form submission timing. Why? Because in my advertisement I have clearly mentioned that a 30-minute online session will be scheduled with the astrologer after 15 minutes of form submission, okay? So I want that as soon as the form submission is made, after the form submission timing, 50 minutes should be added automatically. Basically, meeting should be scheduled after 15 minutes, okay? So click on this plus icon once again, and we will search for the date and time formatter once again, because this time we would like to do a small calculation within dates and time, okay? And currently I am going to add 15 minutes in this existing timing, and this time instead of going with this format date with time zone, I'll go with this add subtract time. Simply click on connect and it will be connected immediately. Now it is asking for the date, okay? So I am going to provide which date which we have just received, basically the date which we have just converted, okay? So let me first provide the same, enter date, that is this. Okay, asking for the expression, so I would like to add 15 minutes, so that is why I am adding this particular expressions. Okay, in case you want to, okay, the spelling is not correct, let me correct it. In case you want to add some months, some days, some hours, you can also do the same. Okay, so I have provided the expression. Again, asking for the to and from format, so again it will be T and Z only, so I have selected it. Here also, clicking on this button save and send test request, and you will see I'll get the timing of 11:25, and previously I had the timing of this 11:10. Okay, so in this 11:10 timing it has added 15 minutes, so currently I have the timing of 11:25 minutes. Okay, and again we are going with the UTC time, not with the local time. So if I'll add plus 5:30, I will actually get the local time. Let me show you that as well. Okay, so UTC time. Okay, so I'll go with this UTC to IST, Indian Standard Time, basically the local timing. Okay, so the timing I have is this 11:25 and 38. Okay, let me add the same 11:25, that is AM, convert, and here we have the actual timing of 4:55 PM, which is actually correct. This is the exact timing of the form submission. Okay, but we will go with the UTC timing only as per the given instructions into our Google Meet. Okay, so I have this start timing, and this is the timing of 15 minutes after the form submission. This will work as the start date and time of my meeting. Okay, so I have calculated, I have fetched out the start timing. Now from where I am going to provide this end timing. Okay, so again I'll show you my advertisement. What it is clearly written, a 30-minute online session will be scheduled. So basically my meeting should be end after the 30 minutes of this particular timing. Okay, so again I will add this date and time formatter feature in this particular section, and then I'll add 30 minutes extra into this existing timing so that I can fetch the end timing of this meeting. Okay, so search for this date and time formatter feature once again, connect this feature once again, and the action event will be the same, that is add or subtract timing. Now simply provide the date, and this time I am going to map which date, basically this date, this start timing, the start date and time of my meeting. Okay, so this time I'll map the date from this last date and time formatter feature. Alright, so I have mapped it, asking for the expression. This time I am going to write 30 minutes. Okay, so I have provided the expression as well, and again I'll choose the same to and from format, that is T and Z. Alright, so I have selected the same, clicking on this button save and send test request, and in this 11:25 you will see it will automatically add 30 minutes, and we have this 11:55 timing. Okay, so now finally I have the start timing, the end timing else also. Now I'm going to map these two here. Okay, but if I'll click on this field, you will see the above data is not visible, so either you'll have to refresh this automation. Okay, but if I will refresh this automation, my details will disappear because this step is not saved. Okay, so I'll show you an amazing trick. Simply click on this connect button and go with the existing connection and click on save, and this is how your automation will be refreshed automatically and your step will not removed. Okay, and when I'll click on this button, you will be able to see the previous data here. Okay, so this was the start date and time, and this is the end date and time. So how about I first rename these two steps in order to avoid the confusion. All right, so this date and time formatter feature I have applied only to change the format. Okay, so how about I change it as change time format from milliseconds to normal time zone. Okay, I can write it like this, update. Okay, so this step was specifically to change the format, because remember we have got the timing into this milliseconds, which is not a human readable format. Okay, so I have changed this format into the UTC format, and then I have fetched the start timing and the end timing of my meeting. So I'm going to again rename it as fetch start date and time of meeting. Okay, and this is the time of after 15 minutes of form submission. Okay, in order to avoid the confusion, I am renaming these steps. Okay, it's really a good practice while creating any automation, any workflows. Okay, and lastly here I will write it as the end date. Okay, in this fourth date and time formatter feature, end date time 30 minutes from the start date. Okay, so I hope everything is understood. Now I'll come back to my Google Meet step, and here I will finally provide the date and timing. Okay, I'll have to refresh this automation once again so that I can see the changes very easily. Alright, go with the existing connection, click on save, and this is how your automation will be saved. Your automation will be refreshed. Okay, so if I'll click on this field, you will be able to see the difference. Okay, this was the time zone conversion. Alright, I have made the spelling error. Don't worry about that, we will change it later. Okay, this is the start timing, I have mapped it. This is the end timing. Okay, so let me map that also. I have mapped the start date and end date, and from where I'm going to map the attendee emails. Remember, into this LinkedIn lead form, I have also got the email address of the form submitter. Okay, so I have mapped the email address of the person. Now I'll be clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will see into my Google Calendar the meeting will be scheduled automatically. Alright, so this is my Google Calendar, and here you can notice if I will open online meeting is scheduled with the client, and the date is also mentioned, the timing, that is 4:55 to 5:25. The timing is also mentioned, and here we have the email address of the person, that is demo@pabblytudes.com. okay, and if I'll open this description, that is a 30-minute session with a client. Okay, but there is one problem with this data. I don't find any meeting link from where I can directly join this particular meeting after the 15 minutes. Okay, so from where I'm going to join this meeting, I'll have to cross check that what exactly is missing. Alright, I think I have not provided any request ID. Okay, so read the instructions, enter the random unique ID for this request. You should regenerate this ID for every new request. Well, nothing can be better than this email ID. Okay, because this is surely going to be unique. So how about I add this ID only as the request ID, and then click on this button, save and send test request, and this time I am really expecting that Google Meet. Alright, so here you can see one more meeting is scheduled. If I will open this link, if I will open this meeting date, you can see that we have this joined with the Google Meet. Okay, so now from here exactly you can easily join this meeting and connect with your clients very easily. Okay, and if I will show you the response of this particular step, you will be able to see that we have the link into our response as well. Where is the Google Meet link? I'll have to check. Alright, so here we have that hangout link. Okay, so why I am checking this meeting link into the response, because we want to also inform to our user, to our client, that hey, the meeting link, this is the meeting link and you'll have to join the meeting from here. Okay, so lastly I'm going to add one more step as Gmail, and I'm going to share this meeting link, basically all the meeting details with my client. Okay, so simply add a plus icon, simply click on this plus icon and search for the Gmail application, because I would like to send email about this particular meeting. Okay, an action event, since I want to send an email. Okay, so select the same, click on connect, click on add a new connection, provide the access. Again I'll go with the existing connection, click on save, and this is how Gmail will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now finally it is asking for the recipient email address. Okay, so what is the recipient email address? We have just got the details from the LinkedIn lead generation form. How about I directly search for that person? Alright, so I have mapped the email address, asking for the CC BCC. I'm not going to fill these details, I'm only going to provide the important details. So asking for the sender name, so how about I write it something like Pabbly, asking for the email subject. Okay, meeting is scheduled successfully. Okay, this is going to be the subject line, and I also want the name of the person into the subject line. So I have added this hello and this comma, and then I will be searching for the name of the person. And remember, we have the name as the Pabbly. Okay, so I have mapped the name also, and again this name will be replaced automatically. Okay, asking for the email content type, well, the content will be plain only. And finally I am going to compose this email. Okay, hello, the first name of the person was Pabbly. Hello Pabbly, a 30-minute session has been scheduled with one of our expert astrologer. Okay, please be ready for the meeting because it will start in next 15 minutes. Okay, you can join the meeting from this link. Okay, and now I will map that meeting link which we have received into the response. Okay, let me directly search for that hangout link. Alright, so I have mapped it. Thanks. Okay, so this is how you can also send your meeting details into that email to your client who has booked a session with you by submitting that lead generation form. Okay, how about I directly click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for that message to arrive. Alright, so I have archived all the extra emails. Let me wait for that email to be arrived. Alright, so the email is also sent to that form submitter who has submitted our LinkedIn lead generation form, and here you can see it is the same subject line, that is, hello Pabbly, meeting is scheduled. Hello Pabbly, meeting is scheduled successfully. Alright, I have not added this comma at the correct place, don't worry about that. Okay, hello Pabbly, a 30-minute session has been scheduled with one of our expert astrologer. Please be ready for the meeting because it will start in next time. You can join the meeting link from this link. Okay, and now your customer, your client can easily join the meeting from this particular link. Okay, so this is how, by simply creating this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once, you can automatically schedule the meetings with your LinkedIn leads. Okay, not just with the LinkedIn leads. If you want to automatically schedule these meetings with your Facebook lead ad or with any kind of leads, doesn't matter what is the source of that lead, you can do the same by creating an automation of workflow inside Pabbly Connect. And once you have set this automation inside Pabbly Connect, you can sit back and relax because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Okay, and let me show you a very important thing, that this automation will work in every 10 minutes. Okay, because the trigger here is the polling based, which will check for the new data in every 10 minutes. Okay, so just in case the details are not getting sent in real time, the details are not getting updated in real time, you'll have to wait at least for 10 minutes, and because of this extra 10 minutes you can plan your things accordingly. Okay, just in case if you want to access this whole automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach the link of this automation into my description box. Okay, simply click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. Not just these applications, you can integrate multiple applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. My team will surely answer to your questions. This is the website of Pabbly Connect, and for the latest updates of Pabbly Connect and unique automation ideas, you can join our Facebook group, that is formget.deals. If you have found this video helpful in any way, share it with your friends and colleagues and also help them to automate their business. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.